All right, so Randy bought this car about 10 years ago. Somebody, Randy, standing here.
About 15.
15 years ago. And it was all maroon when he got it, and nothing worked. So we spent a couple of years fixing the body and replacing shit, fixing the wiring so we could at least get it drivable. And he bought this place here. This is his nice little tiny shop. This is a little bitty tractor. And he's been a little busy for the last few years, hadn't touched with the car. So now we got the shop set up to where we can play with the car. So we started on it today. And we put some gas in the carb and fired it up and we got it to run. And we were starving for fuel. We thought we had a fuel line issue. So we pulled the tank out of it and tank's over there. But anyways, it's a 68 Charger. It's a 440 in it. We don't know a lot about the motor. We know it's pretty hot and does a good burnout. Anyways, we couldn't get fuel, pulled the gas tank, found sending unit was bad, found a bad piece of rubber hose. So we pressure tested the line and the fuel line's good. Here's the tank that's out of it. The tank actually don't look too bad. The sending unit, not supposed to do that. So we always had a gas leak. We thought it was a hole in the tank. Turned out not to be the case. Anyways, we pressure test the line. The line's good. So we don't have to replace that. But we're going to do a few things while we got it apart. Yeah, the trunk floor's hit. We knew it was a little rusty, but once we got to digging, that's bad. So there's a spot over here in the corner. It's not so hot. So we just wrote a list of parts. He's gonna order a tank and a sending unit and fuel pump and tank straps and the bolts and grommets and all the shit we need. So
And a trunk floor.
and a trunk floor. So he's gonna try and order a 2-piece floor so we can replace it. Probably up to here. Seems to be pretty good from here over. Yeah, that was a mouthful of gas. That old garden hose.
Siphon hose. That was the first siphon hose.
Yeah, that's. Anyways, the trunk floor is pretty shot. So we noticed that the bearing in the front of the differential is shot too. There's some side-to-side play in there, and it's always had a little bit of a vibration. So we're going
And some
to.
oil. There's some grease outside of the diff too.
Yeah, I noticed it was leaking a little bit. So we're gonna address all the shit back here, get the rust and shit fixed.
The car's really solid from here forward.
Let me get up there and turn the light on. It's pretty solid. All the frame rails seem to be good. It's got an undercoating on it, I believe that's from the factory. Everything seems to be good. The differential's got some slop in it. You grab the front of the drive shaft at the yoke and it'll move side to side. It is a full posi, isn't it? Holy shit.
Yes,
This tire moved the same direction as that one. So, anyways, we're gonna deal with the rear end. He wants to change the gearing. It's got like a 411 in it, and it sucks ass on the highway because it's a 3-speed. So we might change the gears and fix the rear end up. And then I think we're gonna move inside. But tranny pan's leaking a little. Exhaust is pretty fucking shot, but like the floorboards and shit everything is good and solid. The car is truly a survivor, you know. It's in good shape. You don't see them from the Midwest like this that aren't all rotted out. And then the worst part of this is the trunk, and that's a weekend worth of body work, and it's fixed. So we're in good shape.
We even have the traditional 70s air shocks.
Oh yeah, gotta love air shocks. Getting the tank out was kind of a pain in the ass. When we started taking it out, we didn't realize that it was fucking 3/4 full. It was half full anyway. I got 15 gallons out of it. Let me climb my fat ass out of here. Oh fuck me, let's grab my lighter. So, and then once we get that done, we're gonna move to the inside. It's been sitting out here in the barn and the fucking mice have had their way with it. I'm sure it feels violated. But we were just talking about it and we're thinking maybe these are Roadrunner seats. All in all, the floorboards are just solid. I wish you had smell-o-vision in here, the rat shit. But the headliner's hit. That's from sitting. It wasn't, I mean, the seam was coming apart, but it wasn't like that last time I drove it. I drove it out here and parked it, and that was the last time it ran. That was like 5 years ago until today. So once we get done with the trunk and all that shit, get her buttoned up to where we can drive it again, we're going to start in the interior, gut it, do some seat reupholstering, and get the headliner fixed. And maybe next fall we'll pull the motor and maybe freshen it up, paint the fucking firewall. It was a god-awful maroon color when Randy got it. I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of a shitty red color here. We found the original color in the fender well and in the trunk somewhere. It was a tan or a bronze or some fucked up orange color. But anyways, this is it for now, and maybe we'll do an update once I get the trunk done. We get the trunk done. Maybe show a little of the process. That's it.